I'm Ryan from ExtremeTerrain.com, and this is my review and installation of the Superchips TrailCal fitting all 2015 and up JKs. Today we're going to talk through the installation of the TrailCal, which isn't much of an install at all. This is a 1 out of 3 wrench install. You really just attach it onto the dashboard, plug it into the OBD2 port, but we'll talk more about that in just a second. We're also going to talk through some of the features of the TrailCal. Anytime you upgrade to a larger set of tires or change the gear ratio on your Jeep, it's always a good idea to recalibrate the Jeep's ECU for those new parameters. That's going to ensure that if you have an automatic transmission, that your shift points are correct, and at the very least, ensure that your speedometer and odometer readings are accurate. Now you can make all of those changes with a Superchips FlashCal or with one of the other calibrators on the market. And those calibrators are really designed to plug into the Jeep, make some changes, update the ECU, and then unplug it, and you really throw that calibrator in your console or in your glove box, and you don't use it very often after that, unless of course you want to make some other changes. And these calibrators don't just change for gear ratio and tire size, they'll also do things like convenience options, like how long your lights stay on, your radio delay, horn chirps. They'll adjust for idle for if you're winching and you want a little bit more alternator output, TPMS systems. They'll make a lot of other adjustments as well. Now, the benefit to something like this, which is the TrailCal, is it does all the things that the Superchips FlashCal is going to do, but instead of just updating things, unplugging it, and throwing it in the center console, this is something that's designed to be left on the dashboard, give you readings for all of your gauges, give you digital readouts. This will also allow you, with an additional module, to have virtual switches for lights or lockers. This is really going to give you a lot more control and a lot more information, all while having that little screen up on the dash all the time, a touch screen, that you can go in, swipe through, and get a lot more information about your Jeep in real time. Now, the difference between this, the TrailCal, and the TrailPack is going to be that this does everything that the calibrator does, that the FlashCal does, but the TrailPack or the Trail Dash is going to be more akin to the FlashPack, which is going to also have tunes. Now, the tunes are going to adjust for timing, fuel, a few other engine parameters. You're going to want to run a higher octane fuel, and you're going to get a little bit more power out of your Jeep. Now, when we're talking about the 2015 and up JKs, which is what this does, you can't just hook a tuner up and have things work. You actually have to swap out the ECU. So if you are interested in getting tunes, if you want some additional power, you're going to want to go with the Trail Dash, and you are going to have to swap out your ECU. If you're not interested in additional power, you just want a calibrator that is also going to give you a lot of other information about your Jeep, then this is going to be a really nice option. So as I said, this is going to give you a ton of information about your Jeep. You are going to have a 5-inch color touchscreen, which is going to allow you to very easily access all of that information. It's going to read in clear check engine lights. You are going to be able to control factory options on your Rubicon Edition Wrangler. If you have factory lockers or sway bar disconnects, you can control that through here. This is also going to have an additional video input, so you can actually run your auxiliary reverse camera through this screen here. But as we mentioned before, the real meat and potatoes of this, the real main point of this is to calibrate. So you're going to be able to calibrate for a larger tire, you're going to be able to calibrate for a different gear ratio, and you're going to be able to change your TPMS settings with a download, as well as all of those other convenience features as well. So this is a product that gives you a lot of calibration options, as well as all of those digital gauges to give you all of that information about your Jeep, which is really important to have. Even though Jeeps are built for off-roading, you are putting a lot of stress and putting a lot of wear and tear on your vehicle when you are off-road, so being able to maintain all of the parameters, all of the vital signs, if you will, of your JK is a really nice feature. It gives you a lot more peace of mind when you are working your Jeep a little bit harder than you normally do, that you're not hurting anything. As I said before, this is a very simple 1 out of 3 wrench install. In fact, it's not much of an install at all, and you're going to be able to get this done in less than half an hour. The first step is going to be mounting the TrailCal onto your dash. Now this does come with a suction cup mount that will very easily attach to the back of the TrailCal itself. From there, you'll just have to plug in the cord into the back of the TrailCal, run that through the dashboard down to the OBD2 port and plug it in. And that's it. That's really all there is to it. From there, it's just turning on the Jeep, which will give power to this, and setting your parameters, doing all of your calibration, doing all the customization, picking which gauges you want to see, and actually starting to use this item. Very, very easy to hook up, very easy to set up, and you'll be using this very, very quickly. This comes in at right around $450, which is going to be, of course, more expensive than the Flash Cal because this does have the LCD readout. It does have all of the gauges built into it. So it's just a lot more hardware and also a lot more functionality. So it would make sense that it's more expensive. However, this is going to be about $150 less than the Trail Dash, which is that unit that we talked about before that has the built-in tunes that you'll also have to swap out your ECU in order to use. So if you are looking for those additional features, you can certainly go with that. As I said, about $150 more. If you're looking for a calibrator just to calibrate, you just want it to work, you don't want all these additional features, obviously go with the Flash Cal, go with one of the other calibrators that are on the market. But if you really like the functionality of this, you like having all of the digital readouts, you really want to keep an eye on how your Jeep is doing, you want to be able to look at all those parameters and you want to be able to adjust them in real time, all the time by just reaching up and touching the touchscreen, I think this is a very nice option. And honestly, I don't think that it's overpriced. You're getting a ton of features out of this in a really nice, neat, convenient package. I think this is fairly priced. So if you're not looking to add a tuner onto your Jeep for more power, you just want something that's going to calibrate, but you want to be able to change those calibrations in real time and have digital gauge readouts to give you a good idea of exactly what's going on inside of your Jeep, I think this is going to be a very nice option for you. So that's my review of the Superchips TrailCal fitting all 2015 and up JKs that you can find right here at ExtremeTerrain.com.